Welcome all to Legends of Raspia, the comedy fiction, fantasy, real play, role-playing podcast with its own unique game, which is designed for anyone to pick up and play. Fear not if you know not of what I speak, but pull up a chair, let down your hair, spend a few talks with that old Bardfox. Last time on OLoR, Feaubear found himself on a show of sorts, asked to justify his existence with a talent. After failing to meet the criteria, he was ejected from the stage. He soon realized that he seemingly transversed to the land of myth and legend, Feaubear, the Raspian before and afterlife. Soon he befriended Trope, the magenta... mutt? Pup? Sure, why not? It's Feaubear. Maybe.
So, as you are walking and talking with your new magenta glowing puppy friend that walks on two legs, he does not wear clothes though.
Oh, so he's not quite a Gir, but...
Oh no, he's not a Gir at all. This is just like you and I would see a dog. It's just, he just stands up. He doesn't have regular bipedal shoulders, so his legs kind of do this when he walks.
Oh,
kind of like one of these. Yeah, I was told it was cute, but no one will look me in the eye when I ask them, so.
It's very cute, and I do look away.
Thank you. I'm also told it's off-putting when I smile.
That's a smile, of course. No.
Yeah?
Off-putting to wear. You know, that's what I like to say.
You know, I don't understand it, but that's most things, I guess. So I like your style, Feaubear.
Thanks, I'm hearty.
Okay, that's right on. Never heard anyone describe themselves that way before.
Kind of my defining characteristic, I must say.
So as you guys are, as you are sort of walking and talking, Trope begins to explain this part of Forgotten Space, or as it's colloquially known, Feaubear.
Which, like, sorry to interrupt you, but like that is more or less the sort of like Raspian afterlife that Raspians kind of know about to some degree anyways, or talk about to some degree.
Yeah, pretty much a comparable understanding of spirituality that humans seem to have regarding Earth and the powers that that be or don't be. Raspians have of Feaubear. So the basics of some of the religions are that they are all born from a mind, from this space, from forgotten space. And when an idea is good and is realized, it becomes materialized into the world that Rico, you and I know, you know, or another world, a different reality, depending. But yes, you have a rough understanding of the fact that people believe that you have an idea or are an idea. It's kind of confusing. It's
Sure.
They could use a little PR work when it comes to the religion of it all, but it's, you, Feaubear, have a basic understanding, which is that.
Okay. So, in some ways, this is kind of just like, you know, the spiritual teachings that I've learned are kind of like actually coming to like life, or being, you know, or manifesting in front of me now.
Yeah, ones that you've heard of. Well, I'll leave that up to you as to whether or not Feaubear believes in those things, or what, sure. You know, but you've definitely heard it. It would be, you know, like a non-religious person being in some realm. I don't want to name any names. All of those are too boring for our podcast.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
To the Raspian mythology. So, in any case, yeah, I think you and the listeners have a grasp on exactly how familiar you are with this.
A Raspia.
Ah, I hated that. I was kidding. On the way back to Trope's hovel, he points out the bar. Says, what do you say? We want to go in, get ourselves a little bit altered before we go crash? You know, there's not a lot to do in Forest Boy except sort of hone your craft, focus on, you know, what it is that makes you a good idea. Or really, some of us just focus on what makes us not a bad idea because we don't want to burst into flames. And then you bring it to Hinch. You go up on Kill Hinch and maybe your dreams will get realized. I don't know. A lot of people don't believe it. That's why I was getting surrounded. But you know.
A lot of people don't believe what? That...
Well, they say that Kill Hinch is just an excuse for Hinch and his friends to get together and make fun of these confused ideas. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I think there's hope there. I think it represents a way for an idea that doesn't know they're good to go get realized, get enthusiasm. You know?
Sure.
You seem skeptical.
What? Me? No, never. Never a skeptic. Certainly not. Sure. Can I get a vibe read on this dude? He's like, you know, I just met him. He was getting made fun of. Now he's like, let's go get drunk. You know, so I just want to, let's do a vibe read.
100%. Let's do a perception test on this, shall we?
That's 14.
He seems earnest. In the other interactions you've had with other ideas, you know, you bump into a group. Oh, excuse me, you know. He's polite. He believes, you successfully perceive that he believes what he is saying. He believes that the people that hate Kill Hinch are, well, the people that you saw him being mocked by.
Sure.
But that's as far as you can really read. An old trope, a magenta glowing mutt pup.
Mutt pup. Okay. Sure. Fuck it. I mean, folk it. Sure. Folk it. Let's go to the pub. You say?
Oh yeah. What's your drink out of curiosity? He asks as you guys walk into relatively cleared out tavern. Not a lot of people there. Sorry, go ahead.
Historically Rosa.
I guess we could ask for Rosa. Do an influence roll.
All right. That's a 9. You got any Rosa?
The young woman who is behind the bar just kind of gives you a look like, It just points at the 2 or 3 kind of glowing. Again, this sort of look hologramarian.
As people say.
Yeah, they sort of have a hologramarian look to them. And so you know, to you, it's you don't really know what's in either of those bottles, but none of them say Rosa. I'll tell you that.
I'll have what you're having.
Oh, blue?
Sure.
2 blues. So you guys get a couple of these hologramarian glasses, and you're drinking your hologramarian blue liquid. Let's not make it more confusing than it is, shall we?
Shall we?
You're drinking and you're sitting, and Trope, kind of earnestly after he's had a couple of sips. So, do you wanna know my talent?
Sure, why not? Yeah, okay. Since we're getting to know each other.
I feel like I can't get you excited about nothing. Are you even feeling this blue?
Is it good? I don't know. What's the baseline here?
I was new to this too. I think it's light, a thought, or something.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I like it because it tastes blue.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of blue. So you do know my talent?
Let's do it. Let's hear about it. Please, lay it on me, dog.
About to dabba die of embarrassment over here. I love all these early 2000s pop-in techno references.
We're good for those, yeah.
No, that's my talent.
So that is your talent.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I always get laughed right straight off the stage. But some people go up there and do like jokes. So like if a joke can get a laugh and then get a ticket, then I don't see why my song can get a laugh, but I don't get a ticket to come back.
Yeah. Right. So you're singing up there.
It's not coming out of my mouth if that's what you're asking.
Where is it coming out of?
Oh,
What do you mean? That is not what I am asking.
Hey, you know what they say? If you have to ask, you can't afford it, my dude. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Is that what they say? Who said that before? I guess I put my ear all over his body to figure out where that sound is coming from, I guess.
Perception test. Where is it coming from?
10.
Bro, it never gets any louder or quieter, no matter where you're at in my body or how many of my orifices you check. It stays the exact same distance from your ears. That's what makes it a talent, I think. I don't know, Atticus. Have you ever seen anybody else do this? He just makes eye contact and unmovingly is like...
No, I haven't.
There's
So
gotta
there's
be
that.
something, right? If no one else has done it, is it like a thing or is it just... Dude, oh no. Starting to feel hot. I'm not a bad idea, am I?
No,
not a
no,
bad
no one
idea.
said
Oh.
no one said you're a bad idea. Trope.
Okay.
Trope.
Okay, thank you.
Listen,
It's hard.
listen, look me in the eyes. No one said you're a bad idea.
Okay, thanks, dude. You know, when you're a glowing magenta mutt pup that inexplicably sings old 2000s techno tunes, it can be hard to convince yourself that you're not a bad idea.
Yeah. So there's this thing that I would like to introduce you to called a pivot. So maybe instead of doing what you're doing right now, you pivot and do something slightly different, right?
Like louder?
Maybe and like, you know, change perhaps the pitches and rhythms and, you know, sure, and louder. Sure, why not? Yeah.
Louder. Yeah, louder seems like a good idea. Let's do a perception roll as you guys are making your varying noises and getting to know one another in the booth.
It's 18.
Well. If you ain't a Raspian.
I am though. So
So you are then.
yep. Sure am. Are you a Raspian?
You look up to see a man with a bandana tied around his neck, scruffy face just barely peeking out over it, with long, kind of greasy black hair, split in the middle, parted in the middle, and kind of hanging on either side, beneath a big leather hat. Well, in fact, I am. In fact, perception test?
Are you from Caltaria as well? 13 on my perception.
I am not from Caltaria, but I've been through there. Don't you worry about all that. So, I see you're talking to the little fanboy, huh?
Trope?
Trope is his name. Whoever named you is funny. Whoever named you is a funny guy. Trope, that's a funny name. Looks like you're running out of blue. Can I get y'all another drink?
Sure. Was it any
All right.
good? Do I like it? Do I enjoy it?
Do you enjoy the blue?
Yeah. Do I?
On 3, you tell me. 1, 2, 3.
I do.
I knew it, dude. I knew you'd like that blue. Trope's
yeah.
got good taste.
Yeah.
Okay. So this sort
That's
of
a hell of a statement.
that what? The Trope has
Trope's
good taste.
got good taste. Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to tell me, but okay. So So, the cowboy-hatted ruffian of sorts, however you'd like to describe him, walks off toward the bar to get you guys some more blue. You are left there with Trope, who leans over and is like,
Look, not for nothing, but this guy, he might not be a good guy.
What does that mean?
Well,
What,
you know,
Like immoral or like
well, just like
he's not good at being a guy?
It's not that he's a bad guy. Please lower your voice. Please lower your voice.
he's looking around at the other patrons.
Look, it's not that he's a bad guy. It's just he's. You don't want to end up on the wrong side of this dude, Feaubear. Know what I'm saying?
Which side is the wrong side of this dude?
The side where he decides he wants to make fun of who you are at the core, and has his friends do it. They just just kind of yes man the guy, really. That's what I do. I get made fun of a lot, but
This isn't Hinch, is it?
no. He's way worse than Hinch, dude.
Worse than Hinch?
Hinch, even Hinch is scared of this guy. This is for Dale. His name is Dale for Dale. His middle initial is E. Dale, E for Dale.
Okay.
Call him Verdale. Say it.
All right. Alton Verdale?
Just his name, just the last part. Just say Verdale.
Verdale.
That wasn't a bit. It's just a fun name to say.
Yeah, it's not
You
bad.
over here? Say my name. Oh.
Yeah, it's a fun name to say. We were just discussing how fun it is to say.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more, Feaubear. Mind if I have a seat and enjoy these fine rounds of blue?
Help yourself, as long as I'm not sitting on your bad side.
So, I heard your set on Kill Hinch.
I figured as much, considering you knew my name.
Yeah, I did. I knew your name, and what was the string you pulled out? What were you said it was a recipe. I've been to Raspia. I know recipes ain't on strings. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you mention that, because it was supposed to be a recipe for a drink that actually did have like a lot of string in it, but like more so in the form of a rope. That was more of like a strum pluck string. Not sure. I don't remember having that in my pack, but you know, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you right now, you gotta have a clear vision of what it is you want. You start doing that enough, and you might even find yourself realized. Seen it happen before. Better ideas than me. But, I'll tell you this. Kill Hinch ain't the way.
Okay. What is the way?
Well, this right here's the way.
Cheers, my friends! Everyone in here, I want to say cheers. Hey! Where's that music? Let's get some music going. Feaubear, Dongo Dare, you seem like a nice little rat man. I hope we get more chances to talk. It kind of musses with your hair. Yeah, hologramarian hair. Looks fantastic. Anyway, so are you shacking up with Trope here?
Sure. Yeah, we were planning to go to his hovel after this, if that's what you mean.
Well, if you're ever looking for a spot, you come on down to the Bear's Cave. We'll take care of you.
All right. That sounds cool. Yeah, sure. What, So I'm trying to get back to Raspia. I got some things I need to do, actually. There's some things I need to accomplish. Namely like save my grandfather, stop Toria from taking over my town and kind of push them back out, and then, bartend and for the rest of my days and never pick up a musical instrument ever again.
You want to never pick up a musical instrument ever again?
Well, yeah, because, I want to kind of focus on my bartending and mixology, as it were.
Well, I'll tell you this. Unless you want to mix up some kind of light or energy or thought, whatever the folk is in be these things here, the blue. Unless you learn how to mix that up, it's gonna be tough. Convincing old Hinch that you're worthy of realization. Anyway, I gotta make my rounds, Feaubear, but I tell you what, you ever find something to connect that string to, maybe I could put you on one of my shows. We'll see.
All right. Thanks for the tips, Elton Verdale.
Okay, so Verdale walks away, all spurs clanking and cheersing people. And Trope is kind of looking at you uneasily. Kind of,
Did you, not buying this, right?
What? He seems nice. What's wrong?
Nice, yeah. Yeah, he's nice, all right. He's so nice.
He got us a
nice.
round of blue. What's not nice about it? He got us a round of blue. No strings attached.
That's fair. There's something I don't really trust about Verdale. Influence role, if you want me to be more revealing with you.
I do. I thought we're getting there. 21 influence.
It's just, I don't understand why he's always got to go after the show like that. Some of us ideas here, we're just trying to be good, trying to get realized, and Vidale comes in and he's kind of mucking up the place, What's the option? We just realize we're stuck here, we got forgot? This is a legitimate question I'm asking you, Feaubear. I've had 3 blues.
When did you have the other blue?
Bro, before I even saw you, before I went up on stage, I try to have a little bit of blue before I go perform.
Yeah. Yep. Confidence boosting blue.
It is. It's just enough to make you loose, not enough to... But what are you gonna do? I think I'm about ready to pass out, if I'm being honest with you. And, it's always a new kill Hinch tomorrow. Whether or not you get picked, you really don't know. But you might get picked. You seem like a highly defined idea. All of your lines are there.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That means a lot, probably.
So, how did you end up here in Forgotten Space? I've asked you a couple of times. You kind of been a little bit sort of dodgy with me, but we've had some blue together. Like you said, we're close now.
Is that a high agility joke you just made? 'Cause I love it. Dodgy. Well, okay, so listen. So the last thing I remember before what I presume to be his kill Hinch was well, I guess I got shot with a crossbow bolt, like really badly.
Damn.
And then my buddy Fum was screaming my name, and then I closed my eyes, and then I was at Kill Hinch. So, probably just need to it's probably a dream still, I guess, honestly. I'll probably just wake up, at the mediciner's office, and, we'll just go on from there, and I'll go save my grandpappy. So I'm not too worried about it.
he looks at you with sort of an empathetic sadness. It's like, yeah.
Puppy dog eyes?
With wise puppy dog eyes. He looks at you and,
Yeah, dude. That's probably what'll happen.
Yeah.
as you guys kind of tuck into his little hutch.
Yeah.
Well, if I don't see you in the morning, congratulations being realized.
Thanks, Trope. And thanks for letting me stay at your hovel. Appreciate that. Yeah. I hope things work out better for you.
Thanks.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, Feaubear has ideas. Why do we need sleep?
Yeah, you're right. I guess it just keeps things regular for us. So in the same way that we have to manifest our belongings, we have to try to use.
I don't know, Trope. I don't know.
The camera pans out from the, from the house as the final candle is blown out.
Do magenta mutt pups dream of hologramarian sheep? Does video actually enhance the experience of this podcast? As a disembodied voice, my vote is nay, but if you find yourself curious of the yay category, you'll want to watch this podcast on YouTube or Spotify. But don't say I didn't warn you. Legends of Raspia is brought to you by Bardfox. The game Legends of Raspia is created and designed by Han Blackheart and Rik Tahee. The Raspian mythology is created by Han Blackheart with notable contributions from the collective creators and friends of Bardfox. Feaubear Dongodare is played by Rik Tahee. Game moderation and all other characters are played by Mr. Blackheart. OLoR is edited and mixed by Rik Tahee. Music written and performed by Han Blackheart. Artwork by Xanthi Blackheart. Links for social media thingies can be found in the episode descriptions. Not that anyone is particularly socially minded, but I hear Rico's Instagram has hot takes on Star Trek movies. And who doesn't want more of that content? Well, I'm off to my hut before Trope steals that as a dwelling name. As always, good luck back there on Earth.